Welcome to another episode of the Black Excellence Club podcast. And today I have a guest, Javon Simons, also known as Squirrel. I know him as Squirrel. I'm pretty sure most other people do.
Yes.
So just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Javon Simons or Squirrel. Guess I'm coming on here to sit there and speak about the history that I've done, and the excellence that I've done, and the things that I've completed in life, as well as my future goals and whatnot. To sit there and say, yeah, you know what, a lot of people do talk about, okay, I went through a struggle XYZ, but during that struggle no one actually knows about it. So I'm going through a couple struggles now, but I'm waiting to the end to sit there and actually see what it's all about.
So where do you want to start?
I guess we could start, as soon as I came out of, high school.
Do you mind telling us your age or not?
Of course. I'm the ripe old age of 38 years old, okay?
Okay, you're still young, yeah.
Definitely young. But honestly, I must say that I think now I've seen what I need to see in my age now. When I was young, I really didn't understand. But now I actually do see it a little bit more. So it's, thought I had life all prepped then, but nope, I wasn't even ready.
Completely different thing.
Yep.
Learning that now. All right. So what would you say your first job was after high school?
After high school, well, actually that's a good story. My mom, told me, hey, look, what college you want to go to? And I told her, no, you're not sending me college. Don't send me college. You send me college, I will waste your money. Because I didn't feel that college was right for me. And my mindset, I was a hands-on person. I had to find my way. So she actually sent me to BI. So I went Berkeley first, and then I went BI. And from there, I went on to Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. Applied myself, done everything else myself and whatnot. And in the end, 2 years after that, I graduated with a 3.96 GPA. So
that's what's up for someone that didn't
top of my class. Yeah. So, and it was something that I enjoyed, something that I wanted to do. It wasn't pressured. Oh, you got to be a doctor. You got to be a lawyer. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's like, no, I want to do it myself. Right. And because I did it myself, I had that passion, that drive, and whatnot. So after that, I worked at Cycle Care for about 2 or 3 years, and then just moved up through there. But racing was my passion. So at the time, and I moved on from there.
Is that around the pack racing days or street bike?
It was, yes, definitely. It was the end of the pack racing days. Okay.
Let's describe that for people that don't know what the pack racing is.
Okay, so the days is as in A1. That used to be rammed, the parking lot, well over 200 odd people,
This was on like Friday nights or something like that.
Friday nights, Saturday nights. I mean, you got people all over the island. All the bikes come off the hill. Oh man, that's some good times there. But and luckily, no one was hurt during them times, because honestly, as crazy as it was, you had people that was stopping traffic and stuff like that and whatnot to make sure everything was safe. It was only 2 bikes that would go up at a time. It's not like you had about 50 bikes. No, 2, maybe 3 at the most. But that was mainly that I can remember way back then. Okay. So yeah.
So that's where it started with the racing.
With racing, yep. And, building bikes and things like that. And then I moved over, to the street racing side, And after that, the love came in, Actually, I broke both wrists. At the same time, flew off the handlebars, both of them in cast. It's like, okay. But I think it was 4 weeks later, actually, the doctor's like, hey, we're going to have to put you in a cast. Don't do it. I'm going to cut it off. So I guess that's why I have wrist problems today. But
Understandable.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just carried on, and majority of the money that I hit went to the passion of racing and whatnot, gaining knowledge. And that's what actually got me, traveling around the world.
Okay.
Went to Mexico. I got my race license in Homestead, Miami. First time I rode a 900. That was beautiful. Got a couple first, seconds, third, stuff like that there. So after that, I was hooked. Each year we had traveled somewhere new. Barber Motorsports, rode Atlanta, a couple different places and whatnot. So that's what led me,
to racing.
Yeah.
And is that where you got the championship from racing, or that's something different?
Yes. So in 2008, I decided I would do a full season on the rear national circuit. So the year before, Cyril just got me in contact with a gentleman by the name of Aaron Braun. We talked, back and forth and whatnot. And I was like, look, I'm tired of talking. Let's go and go. So, November, hopped on a plane, ran out to Florida, hopped on the bike, and proceeded to destroy people. And he was like, okay, yeah, I want to sign you. So, that was something that, I signed the contract and whatnot. But also before that, leading up to that, I did something spectacular. I didn't think that I was able to do it, but I don't know if you know about The Secret. It's a book called The Secret. Yeah.
I've heard of it. Yes.
You heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I decided I would get a $20 bill, make it $20,000, and I wrote it up on top of my bed because I had bunk beds at the time. And every time I wake up, I say, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way. Started that in April of 2007. I end up didn't hit 20,000. I got like 19,700.
Close enough.
Close enough, right? So I say, and this is just in time for that contract. And I think I had to put on, I think he said 15,000 or something like that. The first time I went to the bank and said, hey, look, withdraw a check, 15,000. Bam! Went out there, signed everything, and, Bob was your uncle. After that, the race season actually cost me around $50,000.
In total?
In total.
So you had to pay for everything?
Out of pocket.
So what was the point of signing on with someone if they weren't paying it for anything?
What it is that everyone has the misconception that when you join a team, the team pays for everything, but you actually don't. You have to pay for your ride. What you get in return is, what do they call it, concessions. So in other words, you would put stickers on your bike and whatnot. And when you see a lot of people with stickers all over the bike, the publicizing and things like that.
So they're getting paid to have your stickers on the bike.
Yes.
So that's
what will happen is that they will put together, let's just say Yamaha would say, okay, we're putting out a $200,000 purse. First we get, each race might get, $500. Second gets 200 XYZ. But you have to have your stickers in certain positions. But now, because you have so many different manufacturers or people that make parts for the bike, so I mean your tires and everything like that, your bike's gonna be completely stickered.
Right. So
if you think about it, you can build on that. So if I come first and I'm got 30 different people on my on my bike, 30 times 5, you're making a good chunk of change. I had one guy, each weekend he would do 4 races, and if he came third, he'd pull in $120,000
for 4 races.
For 4 races for that one weekend. But at that point in time, you look at his bike was, almost $200,000. He had about 4 of them. He's racing different classes and stuff like that and whatnot. But he didn't go pro. Well, he stayed in the pro side, on the national side. He didn't go like what you see on TV, AMA, because he would have taken a big chunk out of his paycheck. He wouldn't go pro because of, he'd take that big chunk. And the only way that you're going to actually start making money back is if you get on a factory team. That's the only people that's going to sit there and pay you. So even at the top level of any type of sport, if you're not in those factory cars or bikes or whatever, you're not paying.
Okay.
Or you're not getting paid. You got to toss money out.
Okay.
So, that season cost me $50,000. I end up winning. Also, what had happened, a endurance team saw me racing. They're like, "Hey, I like how you're riding. You want to come and join our team real quick?" Because they were down a rider.
Okay.
So I was like, "Well, talk to the team owner." That's who I got a contract with. He goes, "Well, we all raced. We followed each other all around. So it's like, well, as long as you get your track time in, because that's my first time racing these tracks.
Right.
If I'm on a track for, I think the longest I did was 8 hours. If you're on the track for that long, you're getting seat time before the race.
Right.
So he goes, go ahead. And, every time you guys touched on, if it was an endurance race, yep, sure.
Okay.
So I was doing the endurance circuit as well as the sprint circuit.
Okay.
For the nationals. So that took me all over the US. Every 3 weeks I was flying out, about $3,000.
Okay. So you have to fund everything. So like your travel, your food,
everything, gas, everything.
Any damages?
And good thing I knew how to keep the rubber side down. So yeah. But
okay.
Yeah, but that was
So, is that still the same way now?
Yes.
In this day and age?
Yep.
Okay.
It's still the exact same way. I still talk to guys now that are still racing and whatnot. They have to do the exact same thing.
Okay. So how did you fund that? You said you started off with 15,000, but how did you continue funding yourself if you was not in Bermuda?
Because the economic climate at that point in time, what I was doing, I was hustling. It was great that my boss was able to allow us to work after work, so we could fix bikes after work and things like that and whatnot.
You mean in Bermuda? Or?
Yeah, in Bermuda.
Okay.
So he allowed us to do it, and that was a great asset because a lot of people wanted race bikes for Don. Wherever. So I would order parts and bring them in and whatnot. And also, here's the Malasi dealer. But if they didn't have specific parts, I could order them in myself, and it'd be a quicker deal. So at least, people come in, I'm looking for this part. All right, you guys don't have it in stock. I'll order it for you, and I'll put it on your bike. So,
Okay.
I was getting paid on that aspect and whatnot.
Okay.
So that just helped me out, and people just willing to spend money.
Okay, so help me understand. So you're saying you was away for a period of time, or were you coming back and forth for each race?
I was coming back and forth for each race.
No,
but
I got you.
Actually, that happened before, because I ended up leaving Cycle Curse. So during that transition period, I had already made that money.
Okay.
And the remainder was just that, I had, pretty much half of it, done and whatnot. So I was just putting on as I was paying as I was going. So that's how that ended up paying it out. So yeah.
All right. And that's when you won the championship? When you won the championship?
Yes, that year, 2008.
Through that season? Yeah. Okay. So, and you're the only person in Bermuda that holds that right now?
I'm the only one that holds that right now. And 600 Super Sport, 600 Super Bike, and as well as 600 Super Sport Endurance, I got runner-up. So that was something, a journey. Took me 10 years to win a championship. I was in Bermuda racing since I'm in, at that point in time, 16. So close to maybe 10 years or so. I was racing and never won a championship. So, yeah. That was my first one. And that was it,
All right. So one and done. Would you go and do that again?
Costs too much money.
Okay.
Because the next, if I go back in again, the minimum I would probably have to pay is about $100,000.
Mercy. Inflation. That's
Well,
all
at that point in
inflation.
time, if I would have raced the next season, it would have cost me $95,000.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, well, with the people I know and stuff like that, whatnot, I could probably get a couple discounts here and there.
Right. Otherwise, minimum. And how long does that last for? The season?
But normally starts in April. It's probably about 10 races or so. It all varies depending on what they see and how tracks are available and stuff like that, because you do have to share it with, the rest of the
bigger
country and
Right.
whatnot.
All right. So, what did you do after that? Like, what's next in your journey?
After that, I got into photography.
Okay.
I ended up having one picture at Barber Motorsports Park, where it's nicely kinked over, and as you look through the corner, it looks as if I'm leaned over and I'm just looking at the camera. So I was like, that's a sexy shot. I want to replicate that. And that's what got me into it. And from there, I just started practicing more and more and more and more. So I got into, I guess, how everyone else gets into it. You do your landscape. I was doing motorsports. And then after that, I started doing people. And I was like, okay, got that craft on. Took me about 4 or 5 years, something like that, to sit there and build that up. Then I got into high-end retouching, which is, for the magazines and whatnot. So you take a picture and you just,
And then send it back.
send it back. Photographer's like, no, I need this and that. And so that was another part. Also, I did have people that were pulling me down, but I used that as motivation. Regardless, you're always going to have those that will pull you down.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, I use that as fuel to sit there and say, you know what? I know that my work isn't up to par right now, but stand by, wait out. I'm gonna show it to you. Regardless of what you say, I'm gonna still keep pushing, because that's the craft. That's what I love to do, and also it's the journey.
Right.
So I end up meeting up with this guy, Pratik Nyuk, high-end retoucher, world-renowned, stuff like that. And I end up bringing him in to do a workshop.
Okay.
And he showed me all the ins and outs of Photoshop and stuff like that, how to really do the finer points of editing and whatnot, the things that I was missing and whatnot. So I was just like, from there, he gave me the foundation, and then I built on that and what, people would do. And after that, it was just like, okay, photographers from overseas were calling me up. I went DC, Baltimore. Must have been about 2 or 3 times to teach workshops, over there. And guys were sending me images and whatnot. People were sending me, their images and whatnot, just to start retouching and whatnot. And this was almost, 8-9 years after that. And I'm like, all right, bang, I'm in. And, now I look back at, the people that were sitting, XYZ. I'm like, well, I've had stuff in magazines. I've had stuff in the Ronald Reagan building. Can't even remember the guys. Hussein Bolt's, the guy that ran with Bolt in the Olympics. Asaf Powell.
Okay.
Him. I done a spread for him, for this guy down in Jamaica.
Okay.
So,
And this is on the retouching side?
On the retouching side,
Okay.
yeah. Because with photography, I was only able to stick to the local market. So I was doing wedding photography and things like that also.
Right.
But
there's no way to grow.
To grow outside
of Bermuda.
And because it was a saturated market, people were, everyone wants a camera and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I'm shooting weddings. I'm got to sit there and look at something. Hey, come on. Okay, move. I wanna... yeah, you're messing up my shot.
Right.
So, you know, they're paying me, you know, thousands of dollars to sit there and
just edit it.
well, no, like, well, for the weddings.
For the wedding, sure,
They, you know, they're paying me. You're going to have to sit there and, you know, I had to actually put that in the contract that I had to say, hey, yeah, you know what? If I'm got to sit there and tell someone move, you know, more than 5 times, you know, I'm going to pack up my equipment and I'm going to leave. That was in my clause, because it's like, you might have, you know, your mom or something. No, I'm not arguing. I'm not here to argue.
Right, I'm here to do a job. Yep.
You want to back up and walk? I hadn't had to do that, so
that's good.
But it was a clause that I had to put in there to sit there and, you know,
for that safety net.
for that position, yeah. But yeah, on the retouching side, I was able to get on a larger market. Because it's easy just to send a bunch of files and whatnot, and go from there. Yeah, so did that, and then that fell off because I lost the love for it, as in I was manipulating people, and I started to see how it affected the youth and things like that and whatnot, and also, you know, I would have, you know, a girlfriend at that point in time, and she'd be like, oh, do up my picture, da 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 da, and I was like, you don't want me to do it. She's like, why? If I shady before and after, you're not gonna like it, because of, you know, what I see as, or what the high end, the industry sees, and what you see is completely different. And I just look at you just like, nah, you're ugly, and you won't like that raw side of it. So I'm like, instead of me even having that conversation with people anymore, I just stopped altogether and just been like, nope.
You mean locally, or just in general?
Locally, just in general, in general, because I just didn't like I did like the pictures, I'm not gonna lie, but it was the way that I saw the back end of it, of where people was trying to chase this perfection, and it's like, you're not gonna get that perfection,
right?
Period.
Okay.
Hands done, you're not gonna get it.
Instagram models.
Thank you very much. That was probably my fault, you know. I'm not even gonna lie. That was probably my fault. They end up seeing something like, oh, she is so good. She's got perfect skin and da. Look, no,
she don't.
No, she does not. So, you know, it was a good business venture. I got to travel again, you know. That had me all over the place, taking some amazing things and whatnot. But yeah, I couldn't do it. Just had to give it up and whatnot.
So is that something that you would go back into?
I would, but I would probably take it in a different approach.
How so?
As in, if someone wants something specific, if they give me a magazine, I want to look like, no. Or if it's just something basic, easy, simple, family photos, things like that and whatnot. Weddings are too much headaches. Or if I do a wedding, I might go in as a second photographer. I started doing that at the end. So if you wanted a second photographer, like the main photographer, I say, hey, look, give me $350.
Right.
I'm just going to push the button, give you all the files. That's all you can get. So, you know, that's what I will probably do. But outside of that, I don't know. I mean, I still use my phone. I see something here and there. Ooh, let me go and take a picture of that. Click, do my editing and whatnot, and let it go. Everyone's like, what camera you use?
iPhone or Android?
Yeah, I'm Android.
Okay.
Yes.
All
but
right. So, I'm only asking because you said you was teaching how to touch up photos and stuff like that. Do you feel like you would go back into teaching it rather than doing it? Because that's scalable, right? In this day and age, that's scalable.
Yes, it is. Is there a market for it? That, like, here on Island, and I know overseas.
Overseas,
I mean, I guess not the Instagram and all of that and whatnot. But do I want to feed into that? That's the other side of it, you know. Do I want to feed into that? Because I can see on the back end of it, you know, if you really sit there and you look at the people in your eyes, say, hey, yo, how's your day going? I'm out of bed. But you just now posted something like you're happy and whatnot. Like, but you're not truly happy inside. You
Right.
know? You posted this picture. It looks really good and whatnot. But really, are you?
Okay.
So, and also it's like, I would prefer to see a video of someone struggling to get to a specific point, or them sitting there saying, okay, yeah, today has been a bad day, but I'm going to work through it.
Right.
Find out, what I'm done, things like that and whatnot, and push through it.
That's like exactly what I'm doing with my social media now. Because like for most of last year, I wasn't on it because it's just like it's giving false ideas of what life can be.
Exactly.
Like, because everyone's just posting their best, but they're not showing the whole journey.
Yeah.
So, like, right now, my whole personal life, like, not life, but it's my journey. Like, right now, that's what I'm calling it. It's my journey from unknown to unforgettable. Like, that's my personal slogan. So, it's like, okay, now it's just like, we've been saying we're on a journey for the past year and whatnot, so why don't we start sharing it?
Yep.
So, and I'm not sharing it, like, I also don't like social media, period.
I hate it too.
For me, it's like, I'm not posting what's going on right now. Like, everything that because I only just started posting again, I'm posting stuff from the beginning of 2021. Yeah. Like, I'm taking you back from the beginning and let you catch up to where I am now, like, you know? And, like, same thing, because I have YouTube as well. So, the same thing with that, like, I have months worth of videos just to be edited, because like the whole time I went away, I never stopped recording, because at the end of the day it's my journey. Yes. And I want to share that with the world, because it's like, this is where I am, and now like I can learn. It's not even that, it's like, so I can look back to see where I came from. Yeah, I have it digitally logged myself, so I don't have to go to someone, oh, let me see what pictures you got. Nope, this is what you're doing on this day, like, So I definitely understand that, and it's just definitely trying to show the good and the bad, like, because that's what people need to see, because that's too many people sharing unrealistic stuff. Yeah,
definitely. Also, one thing that I've found myself doing is a lot of first. So I don't know why I tend to go for things where, you jump in the deep end and, hey, look, you're either going to sink or swim.
Right.
But to me, the challenge, I'm always up for that challenge of sitting there seeing if I could get to that end. No matter how long it's going to take, all these struggles and everything like that, it's a learning experience and whatnot, with even me becoming bodyguard, close protection.
Right, because you did that in South Africa.
In South Africa, 6 weeks. So there was an incident, won't say too much, but it changed my life. And I just sat off and I'm like, well, what am I going to do with this experience? Do I want to better myself, or do I want to sit there and live in fear, pretty much? Because it was a really serious incident. And I decided, okay, you know what? I want to protect people. Let me just go and sit there and see. Like, I don't want this to happen to anybody else around me. So I went searching. It took me about 6 months. And then I came up to run in South Africa, and I did the research behind them and whatnot. And actually, the owner was Queen Elizabeth's bodyguard, as well as Nelson Mandela's bodyguard. So it's like, okay, this is some serious stuff. Right. So I went down, and I threw myself in the deep end. Never flew into Africa before, but this time I'm getting way wrong. It's a 12-hour flight from her, 2-hour flight from her to New York, hour and a half. Right. 12-hour flight from New York to Dubai, 11-hour flight from Dubai to South Africa. Now I'm in this country. I don't know anything. And if anyone knows about South Africa, they're like, oh, well, yeah, you know what? You're going to get beaten up this way, that way, the other. You're thinking the worst, But I deferred. That, I guess that's what I gravitate to, you know.
Okay.
Racing, bang, I'm gravitating to it because I'm racing. It's just me by myself. It's no one else. It's me. And, you know, so I did that. And I found out the severity of the course because they're like, at that point in time, I spent $8,000, you know, for that course. And the guy's like, oh yeah, if you fail twice, you're going.
Mm-hmm. So it was like test the rope the whole time.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had medical the first week, but then throughout, like, you have physical tests that you have to achieve, as well as a written test.
Okay.
So if you fail 2 out of
any
of them, and it's a 5.5 week course, you fail 2,
you're done.
You're done. So it's medical. I think the second one was driving, advanced reconnaissance, SWAT, which is special weapons and tactics, clearing rooms and stuff like that. And then the last was the final exercise.
Okay.
But in the end, I failed one test by, I think, 0.5%.
Wow. Well, at least you didn't fail the second one by 0.5%.
Oh no, I got like a 90 something, right? I'm sitting there like, you gotta be joking me. But I was like, you guys can't just give me that extra point to sound like that. Nope.
And this is a written test or one of the physical?
This was a written test that I had done, but I think it was on advanced reconnaissance and whatnot, and I just failed it. I'm like, oh man. Okay, cool, no problem. But in the end, I ended up passing, you know, the course. Passed the course for 91%.
Okay, well, that's definitely a pass.
So, yeah. But you have 3 levels, which is apprentice, independent operator, and then team leader. So I ended up coming out as an apprentice with a 91%. So you think of how hard that course is. I graduated with a 91%, but...
So the team leader must have 100% on it? So how did that work? You
have to have over an average of 85% with no fails.
Okay. All right.
So one person in our team got independent operator.
Okay.
So he got, I think it's like 75 with, you know,
no fails.
And then the remainder is apprentice. But, you know, I came out with that 91%. But because I had that one fail, it was like, nope.
It's close, man. It's close.
Yeah.
It's 0.5%.
Yeah. But actually, after that, that's actually helped me save a life. So I've done that.
Right, because you know what? I think I was talking to you after you finished that, because they had something to do with paramedics or something like that.
Yes.
There, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So
that's when I thought I was going to be a paramedic. I don't want it now. I'm okay.
Oh, yeah.
Years later. Man, what year was that? That was like
2016. Yeah.
2016, yeah.
Yep. So, you know, but the driving force for it is now, like, I look back on it, I'm like, wow. I have people now, I think I had a guy a couple days ago. He's like, yo, I went through all your stuff, you know, while you were out there. It's like, can you help me out? You know, I want to make sure, and I'm seeing a number of guys just sit there and ask me, you know, what did you do? How hard was it? And things like that. And I'm like, hey, you just got to work for it. Right. Really. You know, you got to be balanced all the way through versus, all right, you know. It's really, you have to think you're saving someone's life. Yeah. Also, it's your teammate, but this person is paying you to save their life or keep them protected and whatnot. So, you know, that was something that, you know, helped me out. And then even when I came back to Bermuda, I had a guy just sit there and state to me, he goes, so how often do you do operations and whatnot? And I was like, in total, I've only done 3 on island. 2 was high level, and the other one was just a regular guy. But
is there a market for that in Bermuda, like personal protection type thing?
Okay, the best way that I can put it, right, is that I don't want to put the fur in anybody, but Bermuda is the prime target to take someone out. Because it's such a low threat.
So it doesn't have much protection because it's low threats.
Exactly. And this is where a lot of people would fall short. They'd be like, oh yeah, you know, I could calm XYZ, da 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 da. No one ain't gonna be able to. Well, we've seen the gun crime and things like that and whatnot. But even, you know, let's just say South Africa, they had the third highest mortality rate in the world, right? Second, actually. And then they got pissed off because they dropped down to third.
Okay. Some would think that's a good thing, you know?
But you would think that it would be guns that everyone was dying by, but it wasn't. It's a small $7 knife. People just walk up to people and just walk away.
Right.
And that's what was killing everybody, you know? So, you know, my instructor, that's what he brought up. He goes, look, never have your guard down, regardless of wherever you are. If this person, we have a threat matrix. So regardless of wherever we go, I don't care if it's Bermuda, if it's a remote island somewhere in the Pacific, you got that same amount of people, regardless. And the person has to pay for that, you know. So, you know, here on island, that's my mentality, is that it's the perfect place to take someone out. Perfect place. But I have seen people, you know, come in, nobody. I'm like, you're crazy. You're crazy. At least have 2 people minimum. But no. So
okay.
Yeah.
So do you still do that type of work, like outside of Bermuda, or no?
I do it every single day.
Okay.
Every single day. And this is what one person told me, how many operations do you do? I told him I haven't done anything. He goes, you see a lady that's right next to you? I said, yeah. He goes, that's your principal. If you're with your mom, that's your principal. If you're with your son, that's your principal.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm constantly...
It keeps me fresh. Yeah.
On key, stuff like that and whatnot. So it's just like, all right, I know what to do, things like that. And it's been sometimes, you know, I'll be out and I remember seeing a fight happen moon somewhere. One day once. And, you know, my fiance now, she is walking to me. And I spun around and I slammed up against the wall. And I just leaned on it. I said, what the fuck you doing? What are you doing? I was like, stand still. Don't move.
Right.
It's like, oh, he gave me the riot act. And I was like, wait, because I saw the movement of the crowd and whatnot, and I was like, okay, and I moved out into the open. I was like, all right, just back up. We're leaving. This is what happened. I was like, you walk straight through guys fighting. I did. Yes. So, you know, just things like that and whatnot.
Right.
But you know, that's something else. And also, you know, now I had another incident, unfortunate one, but there was a bad accident, one that happened on North Shore. I was there, and I ran out. I was in my bed, ran out, you know, to the guy, barefoot, wreckage everywhere and stuff like that. But I tended to him, had to put tourniquet on him and stuff like that and whatnot. But it was a good, the aftermath of everything, you know, people coming to me, hey, yeah, firefighter? No. Yeah, EMT? No. Well, what do you do? It's like, I'm a bodyguard, you know, this is what I do. If I see anyone that needs help, I'm going to help them. And that was something that my instructor told me in the beginning. He goes, okay, what's a bodyguard? And everyone would think, all right, the big brute person that's, you know, got a gun, I got this, da, 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 da. So what will happen if your principal falls down? Or what will happen if the mother is having a heart attack?
Right.
What can you do?
Other than call 911.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he implemented his medical side into everything and whatnot because he is a paramedic. And, he done that and brought me up. And that's something that's always stayed, in my mind. I'm like, all right, if someone needs help, I'm just going to help them.
Right.
So I've got crazy things that, I'll carry and whatnot. People's like, well, why you big is this and that? Just in case.
Yep, you never know what's going to happen.
Just in case. But yeah, that's another part of my journey of, and it's on the back end of it now, it's like I feel safe. Everyone around me, if they know who I am and what I'm about, they feel safe.
Right.
So it's like sacrifice all that time to go and sit there, and now everyone can reap the rewards of something that I've passed on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after 2016, what did you do?
After 2016, 2016, this leads me to where I am now. 2016, after I graduated from Ronin, February of 2016. Then my mate, Milton, said, hey, look, this is in November. Hero and Gracie is doing this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Gracie Survival Tactics seminar. He sent me the video. It's like, hey, that looks cool. Mm. All right. Let's go.
Right.
I did. Man, done the week course, got the certification. It's like, all right, cool. Came back, went to one of the local gyms here. And I was like, let me see if this stuff really works on someone that's new. Well, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu worked. Wrapped myself around the person. Like, man, this is so easy. And then I found out that there was a school that was starting and whatnot. Okay. So, from there, they told, the instructor was like, look, I'm just opening up the door for you. After this, again, the bit's going to be in your mouth and you're just going to go crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. That ain't going to happen. But then
it happened.
It happened, 6 years later, I'm still doing it. Still doing it. It's definitely, a struggle, right? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is nothing where it's handed out. Right. Your bouts don't get handed out. You're not promised anything. Mm-hmm. And it's all based around the betterment of yourself. And now I look at everything through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. As in, like, I can get any struggle that I've been through and just been like, yeah, you know what? There's a way around this, because as with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's like playing chess.
Just with your body.
Pardon?
Just with your body.
Just with your body, exactly. So it's like I could be laying on my back and submit somebody. I could be on top of you, submit you. Mm-hmm. I could be standing up, submit you. So it's one of those things of you just have to find the way for it. So it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm in this really, really bad situation. Mm-hmm. Even if someone's on my back, I'm in a really bad situation. It's always a way out. Right. It's always a way out, regardless of how much you sit there. Sometimes you just have to sit back, take a deep breath. Mm-hmm. There it is, right there. Bang. Right. And you just move. So that's sat there. I'll tell anyone, do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu just because of it. It's physical on the body, but it helps you to think in a really, really stressful situation. Mm-hmm. So if you think of life in that aspect, you could be in a really, really stressful situation, but it's always a way. You just have to sit there and think, regardless of what everything's saying, what you're doing, how everything's going and whatnot, you just got to sit there and be like, yeah, you know what? It's a way out, I'm just gotta find out where it is.
Right.
It's always a way. Just gotta find out where.
Okay.
You know? So that's the the journey that I have been on, and where I am now. Because when I was in the beginning, I didn't think of it, but now, being one of these senior belts, actually even on island, it's like I really have to sit there and think about it. Okay, why am I doing this? And the explanations now
Right.
coming out. I see things a whole lot clearer and things like that and whatnot. So it's been a tremendous life changing,
Okay.
journey on that aspect. Even through, broken toes, and I actually broke my finger, everything. But even through that, it's one of them things of I got back into the bodyguard thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a broken finger, I have to continue on.
Right.
What do I need to do? So I would train. I won't train as hard, but I'll train with my fingers taped up or something like that and be like, all right, what can I do with it? So even with this finger here, I still have it taped up, but I can't hold with this finger at all, right? So I have to change my grip. Like grab someone like this, but you sit there and you watch people do, why is your grip so tight? And I'm like, I'm using this finger, right? Or I sit there and I'll tickle it, like, there you go. But that's the that part of it, and just being a part of that first group. I say I'm been doing a lot of the first, being a part of that first group that's come up and actually brought Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the island itself is like, it's phenomenal. Just now to sit there and seeing, we have 3 academies here now, and seeing all of them flourish and become great it's amazing. And also then it's a language, right? So I just came from the Azores for a month. So
Okay, nice.
I met up with a guy that was out there. He trained.
Mm-hmm.
He has an academy out there. Malaysia, I've trained there. All over the US, I've trained there.
So I have a question for
Yep.
you, because you definitely travel a lot.
Yes.
And that's the lifestyle I intend on having.
Okay.
How do you fund that?
Okay. So the deal is that everyone tries to pick the grander destinations. Like, okay, give me a place that you would like to go. And I'll run you through my thought process
All right.
of it.
Like right now, where's somewhere where I want to go? Africa.
Africa?
Yeah.
Okay. Which part?
Ghana, and what's the other one? Not Ethiopia. I can't remember the name right offhand, but definitely Ghana.
Ghana. I have a contact for you for Ghana.
Nigeria, that's what it is.
Nigeria?
Is it Nigeria?
Okay.
Yes.
I have a contact for you. That's plain and simple right there, because I know someone just came back from Ghana. But the way that I would do it, right, is how would you go about booking a ticket?
I'll either search it from the UK or search it from the US and see what comes up.
Okay. Because the way that I would normally do it is, we have the 3 hubs. Miami, we ain't got the Miami anymore. Atlanta, New York, Boston, Charlotte, I don't know. But New York.
Right.
Because now the way that the planes are, so New York.
New York.
So the first thing that I would do, let's just say I want to go for a month. Say the first to the first. I would book a round trip ticket from her to New York.
Yep.
Right?
That's how I do it anyway.
Yep.
I don't book anything from Bermuda to where. Nope. You ain't taking all my money.
That's where
I
you
would
save
do that
money.
round trip to and from New York, and then I can get everything else from there.
Exactly. So then that's when you can start picking different flights and whatnot. Now, to me, it all depends on if you want to do another stop somewhere else and then come in. Normally, for me, it depends on what airline it is.
Okay.
For me, when I went to South Africa, I used Emirates. Because my mate was just like, hey, you ever been on one of the double-decker planes? No. Yeah. fly from New York to Dubai and then go down. Yeah? Oh, okay, cool. Bang. And I did it. It cost me extra $400 or something like that.
And that's in like regular class, like economy?
Yeah, economy. I mean,
Was
to
it
me,
comfortable? Because that's still a long flight. So was it comfortable in economy?
with Emirates, CD3 I got here. Oh, yes. Hey, look, here, I had room. I could, okay, you could.
And this is in economy, basic
economy,
economy.
yes. I could go stand up, spin around in the chair, but I'm a tiny guy anyway. But with my big one, I could spin around and sit down. So it was actually like a
So
recliner.
it's spacious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and they treat you, it's I think the number 7 airline in the world or something like that there. So I'm like,
So I know they're up there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you know what? But when I got there, it was, bliss. I was like, Jesus, I can't imagine what business is looking like.
Yeah,
'Cause if I'm
exactly.
feeling like it was definitely well worth it. Like you can
Okay.
sit there, you got the movement and whatnot.
And for $400, that's like nothing.
well,
Like
I
I mean, a
mean,
$400 difference.
because I
That's
could have
nothing.
gone on a regular like BA type flight over.
I have these
Yeah. So
like sardines. I pay $400
Yeah.
actually. You know, like what?
yeah, so I
Okay.
think that total trip in itself, the round trip is like 1,600.
That's it. What?
Yeah, so that's how I sit there. And or what I would do, right, is I would break it down. So let's just say I avoid the UK, right, because that's a massive hub.
Right.
So I would probably go, let's just say, Italy or Egypt. Find a quick way there, bang,
Yeah.
and I'll book one ways. Do.
Then one way is all the way back. I hear like cause like the way the way I travel sometimes I go to multiple places.
Yeah.
So I just take like 3 weeks off and I go to multiple places. So usually I do just get that round trip from Bermuda and then everything else is one way.
Yeah.
It
That's
is a little
it.
cheaper that way.
Yeah. But you have to work out the prices. So when I sit there and I would do it, I mean, I have a whole list of, airlines, bang, here's your price, bang, here's your price. And I
Right.
just write down all the prices and then I go, okay, which is the cheapest combination to my destination? And then after that, it's, but that's how you sit there and you save money. There's no need to sit there and, obviously you go and book Bermuda to Ghana, back to Bermuda, $5,000.
Exactly.
But some people would sit there and they
And
would
do
spend
that.
that.
Right.
And I'm like, why did you do that? I could go to Ghana. If I'm doing it at $5,000, I could get that first class all the way around. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I save money that way. Also, I use Airbnb now versus staying in a hotel.
Right.
Or I would do the research between the two. But to me, mainly most of the time, it's Airbnb, and I can go and sit there, and it's a whole lot cheaper. Why am I going to sit there and spend for a 4-star hotel? Okay, cool.
Right.
I got a
Really
hole in
just
the wall.
is a you said I got a hole in the wall.
Yeah. A hole in the wall. Like, I can't lie, but like when I went to Malaysia, I got a 2-bedroom townhouse. It was gated, everything like that, for I think like $70 a night. And that was during I went up for MotoGP, right?
So that's during a high peak.
The stadium had 109,000 people in there, so
Right.
it was
That
rare.
was the peak time too.
Yeah.
I know it's 7. So I wonder what it is when it's not peak time.
Exactly.
And it's also the country and then the currency exchange or something
Yeah.
like that too. But still,
even still, I went Brazil, stayed in Copacabana. That was like maybe $100 a night. Whereas a mate of mine stayed at the Sheraton, and he was paying $350 a night, something like that. There,
I don't think I don't care how rich I become. I don't think I'll ever pay that price.
it
Like
doesn't make sense.
if I'm paying that, I'm paying for a suite. Like
I'm top floor.
Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, you gotta have your splurge and
Exactly.
here and there. But
And that's
outside
the
of that-
only way and that's why I really don't encourage people to travel to Bermuda, because
Yeah.
that's our base hotel price, $300 a night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in the peak season, it's probably 400.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then most of our hotels now are only high end hotels, so to say, with the name.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
$500 a night. Like, y'all are really coming to Bermuda to spend $500 a night. And then I understand why they only come for like 4 days too.
Yeah.
If that's what you're paying per night, I understand, but it's just like, nah.
Yeah.
I can't actively market my island to people who aren't in great financial positions. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If not, you're gonna stay at an Airbnb in Bermuda. Yeah, some of them are nice, but also, like, I've looked at it recently, like, cause like when COVID hit, I was staying in, like, okay, I can't travel, let me stay in an Airbnb, and the prices were reasonable. Looking at the
Yeah.
exact same properties now, the almost doubled in price, and I'm
People are
just
starting
like,
to, it's agreed.
it's like it is the great, definitely, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're still compete. Yes, you're still cheaper than a hotel, but you're still expensive for what you're offering. Like, you know, it's just like, what?
I was thinking of, I was having a conversation with someone whereas just about our economy itself. On that aspect, we're trying to cater to the older generation, 50, 60, 70, and they can't afford, the retirees and stuff like that, they can't afford to stay here. But the millennials can.
Yep.
But they will come once
And not come back.
and not come back.
There's
So in
nothing
other
to
words,
come
you
back
gotta
to.
exactly.
Like, I'll say it is nothing to come back to unless you really love laying on a beach
Mm-hmm.
and interacting with locals. Otherwise, there's nothing to come back to.
But I think it would be us as the people ourselves. We can they will come back because of the people.
Right.
I won't,
I can
put us
definitely
there.
attest to that.
Yeah, they would definitely come back for us as the community. But due to the pricing of everything and whatnot, that might sit there and scare them off, because millennials now, they're like, they're broke. They are, but
They're not paying $300 a night for a hotel.
No.
If they're doing that, they're coming with 2 or 3 of them and they're all sharing that room.
Yes.
Like, let's just be honest.
Yeah. That is absolutely true. So, I mean, that's just one of those things that we look at. But for myself, that's what I do when I travel. I'm looking for the cheapest thing wherever, and majority of the time I do go to, not in that millennial category. I'm a little bit older, but I have that mentality of, yeah, you know what, like if I'm gonna come here, I want to be nice. Majority of places I go, the welcoming and whatnot, and, open arms. So, yeah, they need to have something that would sit back and just bring.
So, do you have a full-time job?
Yes, I do. I work as a customs officer.
Okay.
Right now, so.
And how long have you been there?
Oh man, 10 years come November.
Okay, so that's why you can travel so much. You racked up all those vacation hours.
Actually, no. I'm gonna put that one on a no. Right, I can't agree with you on that.
What?
I've been made redundant twice.
Okay.
I was still able to fly 4 times.
Okay.
On them during those times. So it's just how I sat there and I managed my money.
Mm-hmm.
But also, after racing, that's when the that market crash, everything went down.
Right.
That hit me hard. So I was deep in debt.
Okay.
Right. And from there, I struggled to sit there and about 30,000, something like that there in debt, credit card debt, whatnot. I was like, all right, I'm gotta sit there, I'm gotta budget, I'm gotta find some way to sit here and pull myself out of it. So actually, I used the secret again. Said, look.
I need to get this book.
Yeah, it's crazy how it actually works. Like, and I use it when I need something or something like that. There, not just money, but other things, happiness. Like when you get up out of bed, you strike your toe. You know, it's just one of them things of, man, why? Or you go outside and you got a flat tire or something like that. You're thinking, da, 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 da. And it can be a snowball effect for the remainder of the day if you allow it.
Yep.
But to me, I would think of something on the positive side, you know. Okay, I got a flat tire. Why did I get this flat tire? You know what? I could have been going out the road. Someone come across and just strike me off my bike. Save my life. All right, cool. I'm got other ways to get work. Let me just make the phone calls and push one. And actually, just before I went to the Azores, the fuel pump on my bike went. Literally just okay, cool. Yeah, call the boss up, bang, da 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 da. And I didn't take it as, you know, oh well, Jesus, I gotta do da 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 da. Okay. You know, I have friends, call them guys up. But I had about 3 people want to come and pick my bike up and stuff like that and whatnot. So it was because I had that positive attitude. Like, hey, yeah, you know, bang, bang, bang. It worked out. And I don't know at all just these simple things to sit there and, you know, snowball. And if you do see yourself doing it, hey, what you doing? Nope. Pick yourself, turn it around, pick yourself up. No, whatnot.
Understandable.
But, yeah, I know.
So when you travel for periods of time, is that all vacation or sometimes like leave of absence or something like that?
It's vacation, but majority of the time when I travel for the betterment of myself. So I go on a course. I'm looking always to better myself.
Always educating yourself.
Yeah, I can't, you know, when people say, oh yeah, you know, you're going to go shopping.
Seems you and I are a lot alike.
Shop?
I shop. Like, I think on my last trip, I shopped only because I needed more business casual clothing in my closet. And that's all I bought. That's it. Like, that was it. Like, okay, I'm done. I think maybe every time I buy a new pair of sneakers, because I've been wearing them for the past year and a half, it's time for a new pair.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I'm not buying stuff to show off. Like, I've never owned a pair of Jordans. I've never owned Air Force Ones.
Nope.
Like,
these things are expensive, you know.
The $100.
Oh, mine, when I looked down there like 120, I was like,
yeah,
I could do stylize up everything like that. There's so that price. They can say right on the shelf.
Exactly.
Hey, look, pay less $20. Cool. Cool.
Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with not wearing the latest or whatnot, because to me that's is not an asset.
Yeah.
So it's not helping me grow some way, somehow. No thanks.
And the best way that I look at it is that majority of the I try to teach my son this, right? If you're gonna buy something, look at how it's gonna give you a return.
Yes.
How it's gonna sit there and bring you your money back. So if, you know, I got him, I think, a PSP. And I was like, what I want you to do is think of a way to buy 2 more of them. You know, regardless of how it is and whatnot, just think of how you can get 2 more of them. Because, yeah, I'm got it. It's fun. But how can you get more out of it and whatnot? That's been my mentality. If I'm going to do something, what am I getting in return?
Exactly.
With racing, yes, I spent that $50,000, but no, I have connections. Yep. Lifetime connections. When I travel around the world, I have lifetime connections. I could go anywhere in the world right now. I've been to 5 continents. Still got to go Australia, and I don't think I'm gonna make Antarctica. But
why not? People have been traveling there lately, so I honestly thought you could not travel there. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought you were unable to get to Antarctica, but you can.
Yeah, hey, it's about $45,000.
I did not know that, but I'm just like, I'm traveling to all, just because now I know I'm traveling to all 7 continents. I don't care. In my lifetime, I will travel to all 7.
I mean, I would do it. That's something, you know, my nana instilled in me. She's, I don't know, probably been to every single country in the world, like, but you know, I'm like, yeah, I want to follow in her footsteps.
Right.
You know, just being like, all right, cool, just touched on.
I can agree that my granny traveled as well, and when like she collected like plates, that was a thing.
Okay.
So in our house we had plates along the whole hallway type thing.
My nana was
I think
spoons.
now I got a map somewhere. I just moved it, and it's like one of those like erasable ones.
Yep.
I need to put it up so I can actually look at it every day, so that way I'm more inclined to like, oh no, I need to scratch this off. So
Yep.
yeah,
I have one of those. It's hanging up on my wall above my coach.
Like I'm headed for like 2 years, you know, and I have not put it up.
Oh, you gotta put it up.
I am just
see, like,
hurting myself by not putting it up.
Have you heard of like people putting up vision boards?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't do it, but that was me doing the $20.
Right.
Right, I've done it again. I have a $2 bill in my pocket that I've made $20,000. My goal is to sit there and make $20,000 by the end of the year.
Okay.
It's October.
Still got plenty of time.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
My goal initially was to make 40K this year. Right now, it's not looking achievable, but I'm not gonna say no, it's not achievable.
And that's the deal.
And
yeah, exactly.
I'm still getting stride to do everything I can possibly do. Like literally the other night, I was working a night shift. I was saying to my coworker, you know, I'm supposed to be making 40K by the end of the year. I don't know how this is happening, but I'm sitting here writing, how can I make income? Like, how can I bring in income outside of the hospital, like outside of my job? And that's the main thing. The money can't come from my job.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how can I do this?
To sit there and give you the capital you need to sit there
and so the first thing I'm gonna do is order some t-shirts, some merchandise for the Black Excellence Club, and just go from there. I'm buying 150 products, and I'm gonna try and sell 150 products. I have 100 hats for my clothing brand. I need to sell those. So I got product. I just need to start selling it.
Best thing, I think, what it is, I've seen a couple people, because obviously I do my own printing also.
Okay.
It's just honestly, I guess how you would interact with people, right? Versus, I've followed this guy on YouTube, Big Brando.
Okay.
And is it Big Brando? Yeah. And what he said is that when he got into it, he would sit there and just start talking to people. He didn't want to sell you a shirt. Well, he had in the back of his head he wants to sell a shirt, but I'm not going to talk about me selling a shirt. I'm going to talk about, like, you can come in and just say, hey, yeah, you know, hey, look, so what you like to do? What do you like to achieve? What goals have you achieved? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know? Let's just say it is a black male that you're talking to. What do you want to achieve? How do you do it? You know? Sound like, yeah, black excellent male. Bang. Hey, look, got some shirts.
Right.
Yeah. Let's go promote it.
That's my new sales pitch, guys. I think that's my ad for this episode. You know? Man, just gave me my own ad.
There you go. Like, you know, but see, that's the thing.
It's funny that you say that, because I follow this guy named David Shantz. I'm in his like morning meetup. So it's like Monday to Friday, entrepreneurs meet and you learn something new. And he literally said, like, that's basically what you just said, because he started with selling t-shirts. He got a kiosk in the mall, and 90% of the time, you know, people just trying to shove stuff in your face from a kiosk.
Exactly.
And he was like, no, I'm gonna just sit here and I'm gonna have a conversation with you. You ain't gotta buy something, but at the end of the day, when you leave here, I learn something new, you learn something new, and you're gonna remember me.
And
so the next time you see my name, you'll be like, oh, let me support him, Slice, because we sat and had a whole conversation. Like,
and
you
they
know?
didn't shove something down my throat. It's, hey, yeah, you know what? You have a great old day.
So, yeah.
You know, look.
So it definitely proves, like, and especially at the beginning, you don't have to sell quantity. You need to do quality first. Quality over quantity. That's definitely something that I've learned. So it's just like me, I don't go out much. So now I need to position myself in rooms with people that are like me.
Yep.
That want to go further than where they are.
Yep.
And stuff like that. And then hopefully they like what I'm doing and they want to support me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. That's all you could do is just try and get more and more people to support you. The more you support, the further you can go, really.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, even like you say, you don't like going out, but it's one of them things. If you just go for lunch,
Yep.
talk to somebody.
Exactly.
Hey, yeah, you know that. Actually, like today, I had this lady come up to me. She's really concerned about this old lady, and she is, probably dementia, stuff like that. There, she's like, yeah, this old lady just came up to me and X Y Z da 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 da. She just seems a bit lucid, stuff like that. I was like, well, I don't want to go and call the medical staff and whatnot. Let me just sit there and have a conversation with her.
Right.
So I walked up. Excuse me, ma'am. How are you? She goes, oh, I'm doing good. I was like, so where about you heading to? Oh, I'm just heading over, yonder. I just want to, I'm going to meet up with my daughter. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to hop on the yellow trolley to take us around and whatnot. So I was like, well, you know where the yellow trolley is? She goes, yeah, it normally picks us up like right here. And then you guys will go around. Oh, okay. So I was like, well, your first time to the island? She goes, well, this is my first cruise. And this is the first. Oh, okay. So I was like, have you traveled anywhere else outside there? She goes, no, I fell down earlier. Well, life type deal and whatnot. But yeah, I don't feel like going out too much and whatnot. So I was like, okay, she seems coherent and stuff like that there. So I walked up to some of these staff, the travel transport people, and I asked them guys, so many carts coming and whatnot, and I was like, look, ma'am, so what would you like to do? She goes, I'll just take the walk up there and I'll wait for the trolley there and whatnot. So to me, just having that conversation with her. So going back to like how you selling your shirts and whatnot, it's just all based around that, like as in, hey, yeah, you know what, she didn't know that I was there to see her mental state and whatnot. She just thought I was coming here for a grand old conversation, and she laughed. Oh, thank you very much. You were so kind, and you walked with me. Da da da. So she's gonna remember me for that.
Right.
The other lady's gonna remember me because I took the time out to sit there and find the conversation and things like that with her and whatnot. So with selling the shirts and whatnot, just gonna sit there, like you said, do that. No one knows that you're there to sell a shirt. It's just a conversation. Exactly. And people would, fall in love with that part of it and go from there, yeah.
Yep. So. All right. So what else do you do?
Okay. Well, at present, I'd say seven months ago, I was introduced to Forex trading.
Okay.
And, I got caught up into that Ponzi scheme stuff, right? And I caught it real quick.
Okay.
Paid my first month. No. That not work. But I wanted to understand it, understanding markets and whatnot. Something different. I knew absolute zero, zilch about, candles, pairs, just stocks, day trading, scalping, the whole different. I didn't know nothing.
Right.
But I went through the videos. During that month, I took advantage of that month that I was there. I took a complete advantage of it. Oh, yeah. After that, I canceled my subscription.
It's like I feel like the way you can tell the difference is if it's a monthly subscription or is a one-time fee for a course.
But I'm gonna get to you on that one. So
All
this is where this is my journey that I'm going through right now. So
okay.
Let me tell you, man, you always sitting there, see me not working, I'm flaxing, I'm probably in some random place running. Hey, y'all, just know that it started her, right? Okay. But I'm going through it. I'm posting some of my stuff and whatnot, like you said. But I watched the videos and whatnot of it, and I started to travel down a rabbit hole. It's like, oh, okay, bang, and it kept going. So after that month, I wanted to get into trading. Like I really, that was my mindset. Get into trading, get into trading, get into trading. I could see, I was doing my small stuff on YouTube, university, and whatnot. Greatest school ever.
Most definitely.
But, yeah, I canceled that and I wanted to get into trading, but this company was like, oh, we're going to give you motivational speeches and things like that and whatnot. And
yeah, right.
It's your mindset and this, that, and the other. And I was like, I did have a conversation, with the person. I was like, look, I'm going to let you know, I'm the wrongest person, or I'm not the person that needs motivation. Because I'm already been there and I'm already done it.
Right.
I'm got my 2 national titles, I'm, as my story stated, I'm like, yeah, I don't need, to go to a seminar. Yes. No, no, bro. No. Teach me what I need to know, which is the markets. So, I end up going to different courses, paying for different courses. One was, I think, $500. Pay for that. I think it was one time.
You want to name them? Oh no.
I don't know.
Name the good ones.
I am.
Okay.
The one that I'm working with now. I'm saving the best for last.
Okay,
I'm saving the best for last. Yeah, this course, like the guy was like, oh yeah, I got this strategy and it's working, and here's showing, all these profits and whatnot. I'm like, I'm trying the same thing. Huh? Blowing account. Yes. You blow a lot of accounts. Like, this little demo too. I have lost probably in total about $3,000 or $4,000 already
on a live account.
On live.
Wow.
Yeah, but I put in small amounts
at a time.
But I just blow it. Yeah, overall in total it's probably about it's not one lump sum. No.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, yo, like this ain't working, and said, all right, push that one aside. And so I started kept practicing. I was following this guy, The Moving Average on YouTube.
Okay, I think I've heard of them.
Guy Artie. And I liked his videos, the way that he was putting everything together and whatnot. I found a little bit of success in my trading with him and whatnot. Then he came out with a bunch of other people that have like they're pro traders. Well, all of them are pro traders, but they came out with a course, a program, things like that and whatnot. And I was like, okay, cool. And they go, oh yeah, it's £19 a month. Everybody else, $150, $200 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 to join my VIP, this and that. And I'm like, but if you're a pro trader, you shouldn't need people's money.
Yep.
Right? But these lot, $19 a month, check a little. You just try it for a month. 3 months later, I'm still a part of them. So it's called the Trading Floor.
Okay.
And it's about 4 people that teach and whatnot. It's a solid course. I would swear by them. They have a Discord server. They just came out of, I think in the month of August, they have about 4 or 5 strategies that they use. And they put everything together. So if you like a specific strategy, like if you're a swing trader, if you're a scalper, if you're a day trader, it all depends on what you like.
Right.
They have something for it. And they had something called Strategy Wars.
Okay.
So for the month of August, if you liked it, you join this team, you join this team, you join this team. So what you do is that you go and you post each time you would win.
Using that strategy?
Using the strategy, the team got that point.
Okay.
So in total, out of for the month of August, everyone that was in cumulative body people that were trading and whatnot, they made 1.5 million.
Wow. Just for that month.
Just for that month. But that's everyone. Like, so if
together.
you all, everything like that. So you have to post specifics in it for your team to actually get a point. So they're like somewhere in the area of about 1.5 million.
That's decent.
So it's like, and they have stuff like, or the backtesting data and things like that and whatnot, your percentages, things like that. And everyone would think that, well, the mindset when I first got in, I have to win every trade. I have to win every trade. I have to win every trade. And that's virtually impossible. Virtually impossible.
If someone says they have a 100% win rate, run. That's all I have to say.
Exactly.
Run.
Anyone that's got 75%. No, I haven't seen.
See, I agree and I disagree. Let me tell you why. Because some people because they could have honed their strategy that well.
Yes.
After years, no, I'm not saying after 1 year.
Yeah.
But if they've been at it for years, it is possible to have a 75% win rate. Question is, what month did you start in, and what month are you ending at? Because you can't say that's overall. Because if it's overall, it's never going to be that.
No.
But if it's from January to August, I had a 75% win rate or 80% win rate. That is quite possible, depending what type of trader you are.
Yeah.
Because if you're a swing trader, that's most definitely possible.
Yeah.
If you're a scalper,
no.
It depends on your risk management for it to be accurate. Like I want to see receipts if you're a scalper.
Yes.
If you're a day trader, still I want to see the receipts. But definitely for a swing trader, that is possible.
Yeah, because you're only doing
one trade a month.
Yeah,
2
1 to 2
maybe.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
definitely.
some guys do it on the weekly side. I've seen that, but you're only doing max like 1 trade a week, if that. Like, but yeah, it's. But these guys, they have all their backtesting data. They have the trading view cutouts and the printouts of every single trade that they've done for that backtesting and whatnot. So it's really good, and the tools that you get, it's phenomenal. And I'm like, wow, so that right there. And while I was away, so I guess I'm getting up caught all the way up to where I am now. I've been blowing accounts, demo accounts and whatnot. Is while I was away, I said, I'm just going to go all in. And,
this is on vacation.
On vacation, right? So I said, all right, I've got $1,000, just for when I want to go live. So I said, all right, I'm going to get a demo account, $1,000. I want to make it to 10,000.
Only demo.
Only demo.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tell anybody, don't go live. Don't do it. Don't.
Why not though? I'm going to be devil's advocate. Why not?
Why not? You are going to get hurt so bad. You're going to be like, yeah, got it. And that market goes up and she goes, give it to me. And you just watch your account.
But that's where risk management comes in, don't you think?
But risk management would only come in after you sit there and you get hit a couple times. So you're like, man, you don't hit your stop loss or something like that.
So question. So do you calculate your risk prior to each trade, or you calculate it once you're in each trade?
This is where the trading floor now sets that up for you. So when you you use MT4 or?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use MT4 on my computer, right?
So you have that, what's that thing called? It's the calculator type thing?
Yeah,
okay.
But this is built into, it's a script that
is it called SwiftKey? What's it called? You don't know the name of it?
No, these guys, they built it themselves. So so they built their own one. So in other words, I can go, it's a couple different ways that you can go and set it up, right? Let's just say if I want to just do risk 5%. I don't have a 2-to-1 risk to reward or anything like that. So I can manually move it up and down.
Okay.
But for my risk, if let's just say I pick the last swing high or something like that, and I only want to risk that $50, so I'll put it at that $50. So if it goes up, yeah, I only lose $50. But if I move it down, let's just say to not too far left, but the last swing high that's right there.
Right.
If I want to do that, it would stay $50, but it adjusts the lot number for you automatically.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna think of how many pips, put it in the calculator, and this way, that way, the other. No, it does that automatically for you.
Okay.
So I don't even have to think about the lot number anymore. It's just bang, there you go, and whatnot. So you might get a lot number from up at the last swing high, let's just say, I know it's crazy lot number high, but 2.0. But I bring it down, and it might be like 5.62.
Right.
But that's what it would be if you type it into the calculator. It would say, okay,
It'll still be that.
that's what you would lose at $50. So and then you can adjust, your take profit as per. It also gives you your risk reward on the bottom. But with the calculator also, you got like a 1 point, like if you want to do a 2-to-1, if you want to do 3-to-1, 5-to-1, whatever it does, it would sit there and it would adjust it automatically for you. So as you move your stop loss, it will move your take profit automatically for you. So that's what's nice.
That comes in clutch.
And to me, I'm like, yo, like this is wicked, But yeah, so me getting back, I was figuring out all of this stuff that these guys were, all the information and whatnot. In total, I lost $5,000, right? Demo, 5,000. Yeah, 5,000. It's like, all right. And all my stuff's documented now. So everyone's like, you got to journal, you got to journal,
Yes,
you got to journal.
definitely.
I'm like, at the beginning, I ain't journaling for nothing.
Yep, it comes in
Yeah.
Journaling is.
I'm like, journal? What journal? I ain't journaling nothing. Started journaling. Lost that 5. And honestly, I'll blow $1,000 in like 2 days, 3 days. That's how quick it can sit there and happen. Then 31st August, put another 1,000 on. Said, all right.
So there's a live account now? Or
No, still demo.
Okay. So a fresh demo account.
But what's nice with my broker, all I have to do is just punch the number in.
So which broker do you use?
FP Markets.
FP Markets.
Yeah.
Is that a regulated or unregulated?
Regulated.
Okay.
Regulated. The Australian regulated.
Okay.
So, but I find that because all the other brokers, you need Bitcoin and stuff like that to sit there and.
Yeah, those are the ones I stay away from.
Yeah.
So my broker is XM. It's I feel like it's based in Australia, but it is registered in the UK.
Okay, yeah.
It's only listed listed the UK approved.
Okay, yeah.
Like registered brokers. So with them, I don't have to do that. Bitcoin, I ain't doing. The Bitcoin, that's it's unregulated if they're going through Bitcoin. No. So
I sat there, yeah.
Yeah.
I use my card to sit there and fund my account. That's what I like doing. I'm like, why am I? And then with HSBC, now I found out that HSBC doesn't deal with Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I have a Bitcoin wallet, right? And it's like, I called them up. I'm like, yo, I want to put money in this account. No, that ain't gonna happen, bro. What you mean? It's my money. Just transfer it. No. Okay, cool. So I have to, if I want to put stuff in my Bitcoin. Well, I have a UK card.
Okay.
Right? And because I had stuff in Malaysia and whatnot, that they blocked my card like 5 times in a week.
Oh, wow.
It's like, yo, I had to, that's a different story altogether. But
you can just make deposits off your card.
Off my card, yeah. That's how I did. I'm like, I ain't getting through no Bitcoin. It takes too long.
Right. Have you done any withdrawals?
I did. Yes, to test it.
Okay.
So,
On your card or?
yes, it goes back on my card.
Okay.
But I haven't done it with my HSBC yet.
Okay. Because they should be able to do wire transfers as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do have that.
Because mine's it was like because I tried to deposit it back, like withdraw back onto my card. It's like, no, it was too much. Like you haven't put in as much that you're trying to take out, so it doesn't do any more than you put in at one single time.
Okay.
So it was like, nope, you have to do a wire transfer. Okay. And then I didn't realize the wire transfer fee was only like $7. So I'm thinking this shit is gonna be like $15, something like that. It's 15 to send, but to receive is like $5 or $7.
Oh,
so
that's good to know.
If you got a lump sum of money, it's only $5. But that's it. Like, it's bad enough I'm paying for it, but it's okay because I'm not paying the lump sum that they're paying to send it.
Yes.
So for me, it's like, oh, all right, cool.
Okay,
I could deal with that.
Definitely remember that
definitely think I know Butterfield definitely works.
Okay.
With that, and then Clarion as well.
Yes, I know both of them too. I know Clarion, Butterfield. I was kind of iffy about, but even still, all my money is at HSBC, so I got a wire transfer it over to one of them anyway.
Exactly.
So I'm like, but yeah. So August 31st, it's like, look, let me get $1,000. So I'm gonna really wind my neck in, trade smart, and where everyone says, hey, look, all you need to do is trade like 3 pairs. You could trade 1 and make mint. I'm like, but you got all of this. Why? Well, warm my neck in, start cracking at it, and like I found out, which session works good and whatnot. All these stuff that everyone's
right
talking about. Oh yeah, you gotta trade this per in this session and this per in this session. I'm like, nah. Actually,
No, you understand
trade at this time, trade at this time.
You gotta look at when the market moves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. If not, you'd be sitting there for hours just talking about, what are you doing? And you see that candle? Dude.
That's it.
Like, yo, come on. Even scalping, like I scalp only 1 minute, right? So I'm looking at something and I'll be, hey, it's a New York session per like what? Your USD. And I'm trading that in the Asian session. It's like,
no.
Nah, bro.
You get like, cause that's the period that I've been focusing on.
Yeah.
So like, my goal for the month of August was to backtest 100 trades. So I did that in August, and I only did London session.
Okay.
So London up to maybe mid New York, and like of those 100 trades, like my win rate was 57%.
That's decent.
Of 57%. Right. I started with, what was it? A 10,000 demo account basically. And I put that up to like 90K. I'm just like,
you're thinking to yourself,
if I could do this on a live account, I'm set. And then my first week trading live, I lost 5%. It's like, okay, and I haven't touched it since. But it's because, and the reason I haven't touched it since is because I do journal my trades.
Yeah.
I need to go back and look at the chart, look at what my thought process was, and go through them before I move forward. Because at the end of the day, if I don't do that, then what am I really learning? Yeah. Like, I'm not going to learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
But from what I've learned is I don't go with my first thought. I hesitate. That's what I'm learning. Like with that week, literally, I like, okay, my bias is this. I get in, it goes in drawdown. I was like, fuck, man. And then I changed the time frames. Like, no, it's not going that way. It's going the opposite direction. Let me cut this loss and go the opposite.
And then it goes back in the same.
An hour later, I'd have had like $50, like on $1,000 account. That's 5% gain.
Yep.
And then like I remember one day I was at work. It's like, it's gonna go higher. It's not done its move yet, and I was up $50, but I ended up losing 20.
Because you didn't take it out.
So, and that's another thing that I learned is just like, don't look at the dollar value, look at the percentage.
That's where
Don't
my
look at the dollar value, look at the percentage.
that's
Because
the
you
key.
were literally up 5%. You was in profit by 5%.
That is
You could have
killer.
taken that $50 and had your account at $1,050. So now you're protecting your capital, and it's just like, and that's what I have to teach myself. Like it's not what I have to teach myself. It's the thought process that I have to put myself into. Is like, yes, it can go higher. Yes, it probably will go higher. But at the same time, that's 5%. That's a 5% gain. You can't like.
That's where.
Or at the least take 3% of it.
Yeah.
And let the rest run, but your stop loss at break even. So it's a win trade overall.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, I just haven't been back into it because of that. Like it's just.
But now you see why I said.
And that's why you journal.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why you journal. So you know, so you can look back at where you went wrong and correct that mistake.
Yeah.
Especially because the psychology is the main thing. So that's why I asked. Like, so yeah, you did this on a demo. Everybody can flip an account on a demo.
That's the other thing is that it's for me. I want to, like you say, need the 5%. Right. That's what got me started. I'm like, all right, look at the percentage, then look at the dollar value. Bang! I got a 2-to-1, $100 up. Yeah, bang! Keep going. Just doing this up and down. I'm getting my losses and stuff like that. And after that, I mean,
that actually makes sense.
Ago.
I should do that.
Yeah,
because I did journal like in an Excel sheet. I should put it on a chart, like on a line chart.
I'll send you what I
and I
hear.
can look at it that way as well. Because looking at it on this was like, okay, win, loss. Oh, how many losses? Yeah. And then win. But then it's like it will show you how it actually moved up. So I definitely need to convert that to a line chart as well.
It's
for the visual aspect.
Brilliance. Yes. But so me with my whole scenario and mindset and things like that and whatnot, I kept at it. I was crazy between 5 and 10%. That's what I was risking.
5 and 10% risk
per trade.
Why?
Not for the day, but per trade.
Why is my question.
I'm not too sure. Because I wanted to minimum one trade. Well, I would have 5 trades a day.
So hold on, what type of trader are you? Scalper.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just one of them things of how my method would actually work in the strategy that I would use. But then I came into the strategy wars one, and I found that gave me a little edge on everything because I sit there, I go by market structure.
Okay.
Right? That's how I would trade.
Do you use any indicators or no?
I use 4 indicators.
4 indicators, okay.
But I use the MACD, the stochastic RSI, the consolidation live, and the Stairmaster, which is the one that comes from the trading floor.
Okay.
But that's pretty much what it is. They use, I have it on a 200 SMA. And then it's kind of crazy. They call it, I can't remember what it's called, but you can get, it's a bunch of indicators that sits there and gives you like a signal.
Okay.
But specific things need to happen
in order for that
signal to sit there.
Okay.
But it's all based on the bias from bullish or bearish. Right. It would sit there and gives it. So yeah, some days I would go and I'll trade once. Bang, 5%. One trade within like 15 minutes. Bang, done, sorted. Won't trade. But there one day I think I done like 6 or 7 trades. I done the chase after you lose and you just chase it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got up to 6. I ended up making my money back, but I was like, I'm not doing that ever again. And I stacked to, I stuck to my 5. And the last couple days, I had 2 days hurt me so bad. I must have lost $2,000 to $3,000.
But that's understandable if you risk 5%.
Yes, and that was. I didn't have the stop loss. I was thinking it's going that stupid. It's stupid.
I know that all too well.
But at that point in time, I was up like $8,000. Right?
So you're close to your goal.
Yeah. So I was like, it's $2,000. Let it go, you know. But even last night, I had a trade running on NAS 100. It's down $2,000. It's like, what? Didn't even have a stop loss set. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I was so confident.
Risky game you be playing.
No, because of understanding the market structure. Because I have been running. NAS 100 is my go-to now. I traded at
so you trade
Mid-London, Mid-London all the way through New York. And I know, like, I've figured out how it runs and whatnot. Like, sometime around, I think, London, it starts to move up. It will finish around 9 o'clock.
Right before market open in New York.
It drops.
Yep.
Then, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, she starts going up. It drop again, come back up. 11 o'clock,
go on.
She'll drop. So I'm like,
no, you know the pattern.
So now I'm starting to see the pattern, and I'm like, all right, that's how I'm getting hit it. So I knew that it was going to spike. Looked at 2 trades. Woke up this morning. $10,100. So I'm like, oh, it's going to go hit. I'm just going to ride work.
So you didn't close it?
I didn't close it. I was at my goal. I saw the numbers. So I closed one trade out. That was at 1,100. Right? I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to let the other trade run so that hopefully it will hit the take profit. No, I got to worry about nothing. Got back work. Saw it drop down. I think it went to the negative. Then it popped up to $190. I said, you know what? I'm taking it. So after that there, I was like, all right, let me go do one more trade. Did one more trade. Then after that there, I done 3 trades today. So that one trade, the other 2 was from yesterday. And one at 197. And then I was like, I see it dropping. 11 o'clock. No, it's about 10:30. So it done the drop. And it's going to shoot back up. And I saw it and I start getting the alerts. Yeah, it's just getting up. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to take it.
One last boy.
And then I put my Fibonacci tool on it. So it was right at the 50. I think it's the 682 and the 50.
Yeah.
She's right in that zone.
Oh, so that's a buy zone. It was there.
Saw that deal. It's like, yep, there we go. Go for it. Bang, looked at it. And I was just watching. Bink. So, $10,000. Saw it. Closed it before it even hit my TP1. It's like,
so you just secure.
I'm taking it.
Secure my money.
But guess what? She might hit TP1.
So good though, man.
That would have been another like $2,000.
Right.
If I would have let it run, but I was like, I'm not chancing it because there was a major resistance zone on the 1 hour, and I was on the 5 minutes. So I'm like, I'm not playing with that.
That's cool. I'll take my money right here.
But so, you know, from $1,000 to 10,000. But
what was the time span for that? How long did it take you to
August 31st.
So from August 31st to now.
To now.
So just under a month.
And
It seems like it's basically the exact same thing that I did.
yeah,
But my account just started with 10,000.
yeah.
So it's basically the same thing. It shows you what you can really do in a month.
Yep. And
Crazy.
But what I'm gonna do before I start going live, readjust their numbers and get back down to $1,000.
Right.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
And I won't go live until I make another $10,000.
Okay.
No, I have to do it 2 times in a row before I will go live. So if I blow this account, I'll start over again
until you do it twice.
Until I do it twice. So then I know my method, and then I'm just gonna push on. That's my mindset. So it's not really a time frame that I'm actually working on. It's the craft that I'm trying
to.
Exactly.
And that's my main thing as well. So it's like, okay, I backtested for 1 month. Like, oh wow, I could do it on the demo account. I could do it live. Hey, I lost 5% my first week. No, I ain't touched it back. But it's not. And the reason I'm not touching it back is also because I stopped backtesting. So it's like I feel like if I'm going to continue trading live, I need to continue backtesting as well. I can't do one and not do the other.
Yeah.
Because I'm not continuously learning.
Yeah.
And my 100 backtest that I did was only on a 5-minute chart. So now it's like, okay, well, now I need to do a 15-minute chart.
Yeah.
Then I do an hour chart. Then I need to see what trading style really works for me. Because also that's something else that I learned is that I feel like I can scalp, but I also feel like I'll rather hold, if that makes sense. Like I can scalp, but it's like,
some of these stuff.
Like I would rather hold. Like I think I would probably be better as a day trader, like holding something for a day or overnight type thing, versus be in and out in 20 minutes. Although, like I would like to be able to do both, because I feel like certain markets it's easier to do it that way. So, yeah,
I definitely understand it, but it's like even I've got a strategy where I'm scalping only 1 minute in consolidation. That is when you see something like that there. But if you look at that, the way that the market, okay, I could tell you the strategy. So what I do, I go in the 1 hour. I use the MACD. I find the last high and the last low, and I put it on 2 marks. So that's the 1 hour. I drop down to the 15-minute. Do the same thing. Then I dropped down to the 5. Then I dropped down to the 1. Right?
Okay.
So I can find out where the market's actually flowing, if it's going to go up or if it's going to come down.
Right.
But it's still in that consolidation. So like, you know, you have your flags. So yeah, it's going to go up. All right. So what I would do is that I would go in the 1 minute and I'll put a line about find my last high, my last low.
Right.
So normally the market will go up and then it's going to come down. So what I would do is that I would put a 2-to-1 risk reward, but I have my Fibonacci now set up towards 50%. So it's a line that's in the middle. So I put my take profit in the middle, and it's a 2-to-1. I know it's not going to go up; it's going to come down. If it does go up, okay, yeah, I know that. Okay, it's going to go up. I can go and set another trade. I lost that, but normally you're going to get that engulfing candle that's just going to go poof.
Yeah,
that's what normally would happen. But majority of the time, it shoots down. So now, goes cross, my 50% is my TP1. The bottom is my TP2.
Okay.
So I sit there, do.
So you do more counter trend trading, basically.
No,
or just within consolidation?
Consolidation. Okay. So I know that the market's going to stay in this range and all it's doing is this.
Yeah.
But because I know it's going to cross that, it's going to cross that, so it's going to cross the 50% line.
Right.
Bang, bang, bang. And I can sit there and just do. So in that, you know, let's just say 10-minute span, I could get 3 trades in at 2-to-1 and I'm won.
Okay. Makes sense.
So that's, and I did backtest that method and was good. Like I'll send you like my, the journal that I had at Donna. These guys do the back testing, they do everything. And even when I do my back testing, like let's just say I would do Euro USD. I'll put $1,000 in and I'd say, okay, I want to do 2-to-1 on everything. So I sit there and just, you know, bang, okay, nope, that's a loss. Bang. And I keep going through. And what this tracks is your account gain, total account gain, your wins, your losses. So it gives you your win rate and whatnot. So like even with that whole month, I done 70. Actually, I could give you the numbers right now. I know it was a 60% 60% win rate.
Okay.
But it tracks all my trades. Okay, so I did 76 trades, 45 wins, 30 losses, 1 break even with a 60% win rate.
Right. Okay.
So this would track, you know, every single thing that you do. Also, it tells you which session. So if you're trading specific pairs or whatnot, what session, it gives you your order on. Okay, which is my best session to trade in? So is New York session my best trade, and is London my best and whatnot? So I think London is my best. So I've been waking up at 5 o'clock every morning. So
I wake up at 3:45, man.
Oh, jeez.
To catch the open, because that's also something that I've noticed. Like with my back testing, like right before the first, like on the 5-minute chart, the first one right before London opens go the opposite direction. When it opens, it's either consolidating for 2 or 3 candles, and then it's just shooting up or shooting down. That's something that I've learned, and that's where I always miss my entries sometimes. Because I second guess that, oh no, it's going down. Then, but if I go back and look at my back testing, no, it's gonna go the opposite direction. It's just same thing when New York opens. The market goes down, opens, it goes up. Or vice versa. It's going up, then open, it goes down. And then it recorrects. That's something that I have noticed. So it's all about going back through everything that you've done and just learning from yourself.
Is your strategy, well, type of...
I have no strategy.
Wow.
I'm gonna just put it that way. I have no strategy. I trade with no indicators 90% of the time. If anything, I'm only doing the moving average, and that's like the 8 and the 14. And that's usually, that's basically all I use. I just trade naked pretty much. I literally just do candlestick patterns. So
okay.
That's why I can say, like, especially with Euro USD, because that's the pair that I've been doing at the market open. It is either going down or it's going up or it's in consolidation and it's about to break out at market open. So that's why I try to be at the computer at market open.
Why don't you try adding in the stochastic RSI? Because the way that I've
tried it, I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I'm trying indicators and whatnot. So I got into trading, I want to say 2020.
Okay.
My niece told me about it. I was watching YouTube. I just never gave trading the time that it needs. Because it takes a lot of time and, you know, and I never gave it that. And I'm just like, as I'm trying to transition out of my full-time job, it's like, you need to make time for this. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this is going to get you out of your job faster than anything else. Literally.
No, me seeing it, doing that.
Literally. Like, I know for a fact this will get me out of my job faster than anything else.
Yep.
You can't tell me it won't. You can't tell me.
Like,
you can't tell me. Like no one can tell me it won't. Like, it's... The question is, how long is that going to take for me? Because that time is different for everyone. Some people could do it within a year. Some people do it after 5 years. They're making 6 figures. So it really depends on you and how much are you willing. Shoot, what did my book say this morning? How much are you willing to sacrifice? That's the ultimate question. How much are you willing to sacrifice? Because if you're not willing to sacrifice anything, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I wake up at 3:45 a.m. Like,
That's me, eh?
it's like, it's even to the point now. I noticed it this morning. I was like, why am I waking up? Like, why? Like, I should still be sleeping. 5 minutes later, it's like, okay. So
That's
my
why.
body is now on that schedule. Good. Let's keep it that way. But let's just try and stick to Monday to Friday because we don't need this on the
You need it
weekends.
on the
Like,
weekend, yup.
you know. But
Yup.
it's definitely like, even like today, yeah, I got up at 3:45, but I didn't trade, but I worked on my business.
Yep.
Like, you know, I sat there and built a whole web. Like, that's a whole nother story about
Yeah.
what happened with my website.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah, that's a completely different story. What happened with my website? So I sat there this morning and I built a website. I uploaded a YouTube video. Like, I got work done. So it's
Yeah.
like, even if I'm not actively trading, I'm still
Doing something.
I'm
to
still doing something
rest.
productive
Yeah.
because I know myself, after I knock off, depending on how that day goes, I'm not going to come home and do anything.
Yeah.
So for even before that, like even before 3:45, I was waking up at 5 a.m.
Yep.
Like, I got into the habit of waking up at 5 a.m. every day. That was like, no matter what day of the week it is,
Yeah.
because I feel more accomplished when I've done things prior to going to work.
Yep.
It's it's a big difference between waking up at 7 and making 8, or waking up at 6:30 and making 8,
Yeah.
versus being up for so long because your body's awake, your body's rejuvenated,
Already-
like my day has started, versus when I do accidentally sleep in or something like that and I'm going to work, I'm just like, this day ain't over yet. Like,
Yeah.
what's like, it just feels a lot longer when I wake up later.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that I noticed. So yeah, man, I wake up
Yeah.
early.
But
And not many people know that, you know. So
well.
now that's out there. But
No, but now it's like a lot of people will sit there and, okay, let's just say, let's look into the future. We guys are sitting off Hawaii somewhere,
see,
updating.
I wouldn't go to Hawaii and trade. You know why?
Why?
Because the time change.
Oh, right.
So,
well,
so,
I mean,
like,
that's
yes,
after.
yes and no, but I mean, because like now when I think about it, because like I really want to move out of Bermuda at least
Okay,
for a couple
yeah.
months, a year, whatever. So when I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about my trading schedule, because I don't want to go to LA and then I'm up at midnight to 8. Like,
Yeah.
those are my awake hours, and the rest of the world, like, you know.
The-
Although
yeah.
you get a lot of work done when the rest of the world is asleep. That's why that's
Yeah.
what I'm noticing about myself. But it's like, no, if I'm gonna do it, I need it somewhere that's close to, that's on like the Europe schedule. Like,
Yes.
you know. So I will live somewhere in Europe for a year or so, just to work on it. Like, you know, just to get back to a normal,
Hey, let me
get
tell
back
you,
to a normal hour of waking up. Like, you know.
ASOS was brilliant. I think at the 3 hours. So London.
From London or from
No,
us?
the hour.
Okay.
So in other words, I'm waking up
And you could wake up at 6:45 and start trading at 7.
7.
Like,
hey, look,
or 8, or
I'm
whatever, like.
waking up at 7 o'clock. Hey, look, coffee ready. London open. Bing. Let's go and see how
Exactly.
and everything just worked out. I'm like, oh, this is brilliant.
Yep.
I would so see. And like New York wouldn't close until like 8
So you literally have the entire day to
the
trade.
entire day, and I'm like, I would so steal from these people. It's just like, what? But you know,
Yep.
that's definitely.
I'm
But I
with
want
you
people
on
to
that.
understand, you know, the struggle that, you know, I'm going through now with it, and the understanding. And to me, I thought it was, you know, that get rich quick scheme. Nope. But now I
That's the way
found
they
out-
sell it to people, and
Exactly.
that's the issue.
Yeah.
So like the real people are the ones that have been there for more than a year.
Yeah.
Like at the bare minimum more than a year.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, 6 months I tried it and well, I didn't make no money
Exactly.
and go and leave it. Like, you know, so yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you know, to me, because I found out, like, I mean, with so many other things that I found out, like, okay, because I do NAS 100, I found out that, you know how you have the different, on TradingView, you have like Oanda, just
The different brokers.
the different brokers that you can pick. the one that matches up with my broker with the numbers, it's not a random. It's just this random pea pepper or something like that there, and it doesn't work with one of my indicators. So I'm like, I have to use the other one to get alerts, but then I can use the real one. So what I do is I take the numbers from the real one, the one that matches up, and I'll put it into my MT4, so I could get a solid line. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is where it is. If not, like, I mean, I'm like almost 100 to 200 points off.
Okay,
I can't.
That's
but
on that prayer, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Exactly. So I'm sitting there like, I did a trade. I'm like, okay, cool, bang, put my take profit, bang, sure. I'm like, yeah, they just hit my take profit. I should be valiant. $12.
Yep.
$12. And I mean, like, this is me, like, when I'm up at, $7,000-$8,000, $12.
That's not right.
That's not right. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I used the wrong one. So now, like, people don't tell you, things like that and whatnot. So it's like, I have a few guys that are interested. So I've given them the stuff I've looked up on YouTube. And then one guy, I sent him the for the trading floor. I sent him my password and email so that he could sit there and see that. Look, I'm not here to scam you, and I'm not here to do that pyramid scheme and whatnot. It's like, look, here it is. Go through it, read the videos if you need anything, but I'm only gonna give it to you to the end of October.
Right.
After that, you're gonna have to do it yourself.
Right.
So, that's all, I am about it, because I don't want guys to sit there and think, oh yeah, like this is a Ponzi scheme, things like that and whatnot. So, I'm just waiting for guys. Hey, are you ready? Let me know. Right. And I sit down, like, I'm no pro trader or anything like that there. I'm on the journey. Exactly. But to me, with my track record, it might take me 10 years, but
right. You're gonna get there, and that's all that matters.
I'm gonna get there regardless. Like, I'm got it in my head. I'm gonna be one of them 10% that make it. So I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna
see. I love that statistic, because they say only 10% of traders make it. But do you know how many traders there are out there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that 10% may not sound like a lot, but when you compare it to the NBA, the NFL, you have a better chance of succeeding as a trader than you do in getting into the NBA.
That's about a statistic.
Because only 3% getting 1 to 3% getting into the NBA. There's only a set amount of jobs. What is it, like 400 jobs?
Yeah,
like players or something like that. So, how many people are in this world, and everyone wants to be an NBA player? You gotta be the elite of the elite, and that's only 1% make it.
And they're only useful for a number of years.
Exactly, that too.
You only go for that, let's just say 5 to 10 years, and after that there. Bye-bye. And don't, if you blow an ankle or something like that there,
career's done.
Your career's done, and you can't even do nothing. You can't make your money and whatnot. So what are you gonna sit there and do? Yeah, so and it's actually me looking at the markets, I looked at them today. The British pound is only 8 cents above the dollar. Never seen it.
Never. It's always been double.
Yeah.
This Brexit is really hitting it hard right now. I think it'll recoup itself, but right now Brexit is definitely.
And then with the Queen and
even the euro is low.
Yeah,
euro is
96.
less than $1.
Yeah. Checked it today.
Less than 96. a US dollar, I should say.
Yeah.
For those that don't understand what we're talking about.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Talking about the currency exchange, i.e., the British pound versus like the US dollar or something like that.
Yes.
So like right now, if you intend on moving to Great Britain at some point in time,
do it.
No, not do it, but start opening a British pound account now, and start putting money into it, because. Right now, what you're putting into it is worth more than what it was 4 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, say 4 years ago you had $2,000 and you put that into a British pound account, that's only worth £1,000.
Yeah.
Versus now, it's still worth $2,000. Maybe just under $2,000.
Yeah.
It's still the same. Like, so
Yeah.
that's what we're saying. So if you like any country, like just look at it compared to the US dollar, and wherever you intend on moving, start converting that currency, because I can guarantee you it's low right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Bitcoin is actually starting to go back up. They were, I think, 19,000.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they dropped down to 13.
Yeah, everything's dropping right now. It's just the economy. It's COVID finally hitting the market.
Yeah.
That's the way that I see it. It's COVID finally hitting the market, because during the market it dropped for like 2 months and then it just shot right back up.
Yeah.
So now and inflation is ridiculous right now. So they're trying to balance out that. That's why your interest rates are going up, stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
all I have to say, guys, is educate yourself. There is a lot to learn. I don't know it all. Pretty sure you don't know it all. I am still learning myself, and just trying to understand it. Like,
honestly, hey, join the journey. It's something I'm enjoying it. I am absolutely enjoying it. Like my coworkers, I sit there like today when I hit that 10,000, because they know that was the challenge that I was on.
Right.
I went, look,
you did it.
I did it. It's like, yep.
It's possible.
And I could show you my entire journal
Mm-hmm.
for every single trade. You can see what I had done.
It's definitely possible. So when you go live, would you do a funded account or would you self-fund?
I don't think I'm funded ready because of how.
No, I mean, once you're ready,
yeah,
would you get a funded account, or would you rather stick to your own capital?
I think I'll stick to my own capital, because then I could play as I choose
by your own rules.
Yeah, because funded accounts, I'm looking at like what you gotta do just to get in, and then once you're
the
in,
challenge and
you
then
gotta
verification.
Yeah, I'm like no, me.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think about the profit splits for the funded accounts?
I think some upwards of 70% and stuff like that there for a $200,000 account. That's tidy.
Yeah.
But see, to me, I would use something like that to sit there, and what I would get out of that, I would use it for my own capital.
Exactly.
To build my own account, and then from there.
And that's my goal, is to get a funded account. Start with the 10 grand. That's why I started when I started backtesting. That's why I started at 10 grand, because I'll start at a 10 grand account.
Yeah.
So the idea is to, on my live account, which I started at 1,000, is to earn enough profit to pay for that 10,000.
Ah, okay.
To pay for that funded account.
Okay.
So therefore, if I don't pass, that's profits. It's not my money that I'm lost.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm using profits to do it. And another reason I did that, I was watching this, I forget who I was watching on YouTube, and it's like, if you want to do a funded account, start with X amount of dollars, or start with the amount that you will pay to get that funded account, double your account, and then use your profit to pay for it, because now you're paying for the course with free money.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not losing anything. You already made the money. Like, you know what I mean? You saved your money. You're using extra money that you did not have before to pay for it. So that's my logic when it comes to getting the funded account. And then once I have it, I will definitely use half of my profits to go towards my own account. Yeah. And I'll keep it as long as I can as well. Like, I'll trade both accounts, because at the end of the day, I'm giving up 90% here. I mean, I'm giving up 10% here, and I'm keeping 100 here. Yeah. So now that's 190% per trade. Bet. Yeah. Or per month. Bet. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Well, I think, well, with me, I'm the long haul, beat the breath out of it. Yep. And I think I would appreciate it a little bit more when I sit there and I'm like, you know, my end goal is to have 3 accounts at minimum $100,000 each. Okay. And I can see it. It's capable. It's not incapable. Yep. And if I sit there and say, you know, I started all of this with $1,000, it's going to be something that, you know, to me, everyone's like, well, how you did? Yep. It's like, look, it took time, right? And one guy I follow on YouTube, your boy's like, you know, like, he was trading for 3 years, and he wasn't profitable until after that third year.
Mm-hmm.
And he said once he got to $10,000, he's like, this account ain't dropping below $10,000. And right now he's got a number of, you know, 6-figure accounts. Your boy, like, he had, I think, he's doing 50 lot on NAS. Like,
disgusting.
And you're only risking 2%.
Disgusting.
So how do you sit there and you say, I'm only risking 2%?
That's $1 million account right there. That's a 7-figure account.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah.
That is a 7-figure account.
And you can literally see it. He's got, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, I just banked 25,000.
Like, I'm seeing, like, I felt like it's just this one guy that has like a free Telegram. His thing is like, he shows some of his profits. Like the last one was like $250K in profit. I'm just like, all right, I see you, my guy. I see you.
Yeah, what
7-figure account. That's fine. Like, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, if you got a $2 million account, what, 1% is 200,000.
Yeah. Just steal.
Is it 200? Yeah, it's 200,000, not 20. Yeah. So to risk 1% per trade, you're okay with losing $200,000 to make $400,000 or $600,000. Like, to make $1 million, like, like it's 1 to 5. Crazy. That's $1 million. Like, literally, that's how I'm trying to be, guys. Definitely. I don't know if I'll let you know when I'm there, but that's what I'm trying to do.
I know one ain't doing good. No, that's just give you like, well, I followed this one girl. She's new. Well, I just started to see her, and she's a police officer out in the States.
Charlene FX?
Yes. Okay.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm like, please. Yeah, I
like her videos. They're just too long. That's my only issue with her videos. Some of them are just too long. Like, I see what you're doing, sis.
Yeah, like, and she's steady, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, I could be of customs, but I want to get to the point where it's like, you know, hey, you know, I'm here for the people.
Yeah,
I'm not here for the money.
Mm-hmm.
That that's you know,
my goal.
Just letting you know I'm here.
Because once it's there, I don't have to stay. You see me taking leave of absence like twice a year. Like, I don't need to be here. I'm choosing to be here. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I work part time for you.
I don't need you. You need me. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm trying to change that scenario. Because right now is I need you. You don't need me. So, but yeah. Anything else you want to talk about that we haven't touched on?
You know, it's, well, I guess, you know, for anyone else that's sitting there thinking that they can't do anything, everything is possible. Like jiu-jitsu, you know, it's a way out. It's always a way, regardless of whatever you might think you're in the worst position ever. Me, I'm been made redundant twice, and I'm still able to travel. I think the longest I've been out of a job is 2 months, and the 2 months was because I chose to be out. I didn't feel like working. I got money sitting there. And people, you know, knocking on my door. Hey, yo, you're coming? No, I'm taking vacation. I need a break. So, but, you know, it can happen. You just got to sit there and push for it, work for it, and pretty much want it. Okay. And then everything else, you know, will sit there and fall in place, you know.
Right.
That costs 30 grand, 30, 40 grand in debt, you know. I ain't in debt now.
Right.
So that's another thing. You know, I put my mind to it. It took me a couple years. But
right.
You gotta sit there and, you know, push forward. Push forward, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so a few questions that I close out all my episodes with.
Sure.
What advice would you give to 18-year-old you about the position you're in now?
Get into the market now. Understand the markets now.
What market?
The trading, just as in if it's stocks, if it's forex trading, investments, get into it then. Mm-hmm. Because at that point in time, I was like, if I get into there, I feel like I'm stealing from people, this way, that, and the other. But I still have that same drive that I have now. Okay. So that drive, me putting it into what I'm learning now. If I would have started that earlier, you know, it would have.
You would be in a completely
I would be in a
different
different position
right
at this point in time.
So, would you recommend young? I can't even say only males, young people, to get into trading now, alternatively to illegal stuff that gives you a lavish lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it takes nothing. I've learned everything off of YouTube. You sit on your phone all day, man. Honestly, I sit off when I'm brushing my teeth. You know what I'm doing? I'm looking at traders sitting there saying, "Hey, look, you got to do this, 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 and this." I'm brushing my teeth, learning.
Right.
In the shower, got the boxing. Rather than sitting there listening to the new song or something like that there. Hey, yo, I'm got this guy. Hey, yo, you got to think about this, this, this.
Right.
You know, market structure. Tried this and that and whatnot. Who's the furnace? Who's real? Things like that. That's all it takes. I mean, you could be sitting off home doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you are confirming so much stuff for me right now. Like the chapter that I read this morning, you just literally confirming. Like it was like, you don't have to. You need everything you do. Find a way to learn something new. You're driving your car. Listen to a podcast. Listen to a YouTube video. If you're sitting on the toilet, your boy literally said that's the best place to start learning something.
What?
It's every time you sit on your toilet, you read, you watch something. Every time you sit on your toilet, that's when you're supposed to learn. Because you will stay there longer just because you're learning something.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, and then you just literally just like brushing your teeth. I'm just like, man,
brushing your teeth,
confirming
every time. I'm like, I got a bunch of things, and you know, guys just pop up. Oh, I got a new video. I got this. I got that, and whatnot. So it's continuously, you're continuously learning. You can't sit there and say, oh, well, I got a job and I did this. Hey, look, not a problem. You know, if you're sitting off and you got Wi-Fi,
you can learn.
You can learn, and that is it. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What advice would you give to our listeners on entrepreneurship and life in general?
Find that unique. If you get become an entrepreneur, find that unique asset, something that someone wants. People always complaining. Fix that complaint.
Exactly.
That's pretty much plain and simple. If you don't like bed service at a specific restaurant, or you know, at restaurants and period, well, open up your own restaurant. Find a way to sit there and open up your own restaurant and fix that point right there, which will put you above the rest. Okay.
What's next for you?
What's next for me? Honestly, it's my black belt for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is going to take me another 4 or 5 years. Understanding this trading, and then taking that knowledge and passing it on to somebody. Hopefully, you know, I could get my son into it. And by the time he's 18, he ain't got to work.
Exactly.
So passing that knowledge, passing the knowledge on. If anybody wants to know, I'm here to help.
Right.
Definitely.
All right. What would you say to your future self 5 years from now? So 5 years from now, you'll be what, 43? What would you say to yourself then? Obviously, you'll be profitable at that point.
Yes, definitely. We should have started this a whole lot earlier. We should have started this a whole lot earlier, because it's so easy, and I see, you know, like what I see for my future and things like that and whatnot on the other assets and things like that I'm hopefully gonna acquire and whatnot. It's, if I would have known about this earlier, hey, start the struggle. Someone opened up the door, we walk through it. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Well, I see myself 5 years from now educating someone and the knowledge that I've acquired in these beginning times.
Okay.
That's that, because the me struggling, at least I can make it a little bit easier. But I can make it easy on that person. But I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, look, it's not easy. I'm gonna try to help you out to make it a little bit easier, but it's not gonna be easy.
That's definitely something. I'm telling you, you just confirmed a lot of stuff. Something else that came up in one of the chapters I was reading this morning is you're better off learning from people that have failed than people that have succeeded.
Exactly.
Because people that have failed at something learn something, and they change whatever it is that they learned to not do that again.
Yep.
If they're smart, because some people just don't learn from the mistakes. But if you learn from your mistakes and you've progressed forward, those are the confirming. You just confirmed a lot of stuff for me today, yeah.
But no, well, just you saying that this is where I say jiu-jitsu comes in, right? I watch a lot of my students, brand new white belts. They sit there and they tend to push your arm up. Because everyone gets scared. They want to push the person away. If someone in jiu-jitsu, you push away, I'm breaking your arm. But after I do that a couple times, they sit there, bang, stop pushing your arms up.
Right.
And then, honestly, from here on out, I can't armbar them because they ain't pushing up anymore. So you learn from your mistakes. So definitely what you're saying, just to reiterate on that, yeah, definitely you have to learn from someone that's, but also it's your own mistakes. You have to sit there and progress forward.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No, but I do hope that, we guys are going to be doing this in some other random country.
Amen to that.
For an update, that's definitely what I'm putting out there into the ether and everything else.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. 5 years from now, that's what I'm looking forward to. 5 years from now, you guys are going to be sitting off somewhere else in the world, sitting there saying, "Hey, remember when we guys are sitting off doing this and that?" Yes, and everyone's getting, and I really, don't want people to be like, "Oh, well, yeah, remember these guys are doing XYZ?" Man, they struggle. You sit there, and I want to voice that, I am struggling right now with it.
Me too.
Jesus, August I lost $5,000, from blowing accounts. But at the end of it, I got 10, so I'm up by 5.
Exactly.
So it's like, and I'm still learning. I'm still haven't gone live. So it's like once I go live, that's a whole another bucket of bucket of worms. So yeah, definitely. So.
All right. One last question.
Yep.
Where did you get the nickname Squirrel?
All right. Yes, I can sit there now. You gotta definitely put this in. All right. So show my age. No, I think it's 95, right? I went Elliott School, right? A bunch of guys went Philly for a football camp, right? And it was this guy out there, nicknamed Squirrel, right? But he have possession of the ball. He could run. If he sees a butterfly, you're getting chase a butterfly. But due to me looking like him, and his nickname was Squirrel, they call me Squirrel.
That's the only reason they call you Squirrel.
Yep.
Just because you look like someone.
You look like someone else.
Had a nickname Squirrel.
Yep.
And that's since childhood.
1995.
Damn. It's 27 years, man.
Yeah. So, hey, and they follows me all over the world.
Most definitely. Yeah. Do you introduce yourself as Squirrel? Okay, so that's why it's
definitely. I introduced my name. And it's like, yeah, my name's Javon. Everyone's like, what? Squirrel. Squirrel? Like the little rodent? Yes. I'm gonna stick to that. Awesome. That works for me.
Okay. Yep. All righty. Thank you for coming to be a part of my podcast. I really appreciate it. Yes. And I really hope my future listeners and my listeners now appreciate it as well.
Yes.
And Like you said, hit him up if you got any questions about trading. It's definitely open to sharing as he is learning in his journey. Now, once he gets there, he's still going to share with you guys. So.
Yeah, once I get there, I know I'm going to get there.
Exactly.
It's inevitable. I'm going to get there, but, definitely willing to share.
All righty. Thank you so much. And
All right.
it's a wrap.
Okay, cool.